playing my video games, but today we are actually going to be baking, or technically frying. We're going to make something that I don't think anyone has done yet, as far as what I've seen. I haven't seen anyone do it. But we are going to be making donut pasta. Yes, I know, it's really weird. I'm a weird person. Okay, so, yeah. First, we start off with listing the ingredients. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have 1/4 cup of the milk, and what we're doing is we're taking the milk and we're putting it into the saucepan right on the stove, because we need to heat up the milk. It's just got to be warm. It doesn't have to be boiling or anything. It just has to be like, well, warm, basically. Okay, so now the milk is warm. It's actually a little bit on the hot side, but you know, mistakes happen. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this in a large bowl. So I have a large bowl right here, and we're just going to pour it in. I used this type of a bowl because it can stand the heat. Plus it's the largest bowl I have. Like, look how big that bowl is. And then take the active yeast, and you're going to pour it right into here. It says that it should be 1 package of active dry yeast, which is 2 1/4 teaspoons. And what you're going to do is you're going to mix it slowly and gently until it starts to bubble. This smells very weird. Just so you know, it doesn't smell anything like donuts at the moment. Just smells like a lot of yeast. Smells like a brewery at the moment. So I'll get back to you guys. Whoops, sorry. Trying to do everything with one hand on the camera and the other hand stirring. So I will get back to you once it's started bubbling and everything. So I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to stir it lightly, and then you have to let it sit for at least 5 minutes until it starts foaming up. So forgive me for making that mistake. I am partially blind, so reading the things from far away does not help in any ways. So we're just going to let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I will get back to you. I'm sorry for the accident. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to make that mistake. Okay, so now in the electric mixer, you must make sure you have one of these paddle things that you mainly use for dough, obviously. And we're going to take that large bowl, and we're just going to pour this into here. Because it's been 5 minutes. Yeah, and you're probably asking why I just use this bowl instead of just putting it in here. Well, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put this down. Then you're going to lock it in place. And then you're going to beat in all the ingredients. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to start by, I'm going to keep it on low for now. Or just put it like on 2, it says on mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pouring in the ingredients. I'm going with the eggs first. So we're going to beat that in. It looks like it's not doing anything. Then we're going to go with the butter, which you have to melt the butter and then let it cool for a little bit. Whoops. Then the sugar, you need a 1/4 cup. Just don't worry about getting it on anything. And then you will need to put salt in there. Then you're gonna add the 1 teaspoon of salt. So it's mixing in there, I think pretty well. It's not bad for my first time making this recipe. I did get it online, and I will leave the link down below if you want to use it yourself. So now we have to put in also the flour, but we have to do it like 2 cups at a time. We can't do it all at once. It's actually 4 cups and a quarter of flour, so I'm going to start trying to put this in now, a little bit at a time. Gotta look at the camera, not at what I'm doing. Like, it's so difficult to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna put just that much. I might not go by what it says on there because it's a little hard to record at the same time as you're pouring. But I'm doing it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more, and then I will scrape the sides as well. Alright, so we basically got in 1 cup so far in there. So let's put this down. Let's stop this for just a moment so that I can lift it up and, well, I'm not going to lift it up, but clean this off because you want every bit of it. And then you want to scrape the sides as well, the edges. Go over here. See if you can see what I'm doing. This might not be the best lighting, but I'm trying. Give me credit for trying. Okay. There we go. Let's put this aside. I know I'm doing a horrible job recording. Sorry. Alright, so we're going to continue. On 2. So you see how everything's combining? It still looks very liquidy, so we're going to add some more flour, obviously. Let's back up this camera. Yeah, you can see it. Alright. Alright, now I only I'm not doing this measuring thing very well, am I? Put way too much at once. Technically I put in 2 cups this time. So we'll have that mixed in there. And then I'm going to scrape the sides again so that it all mixes together very well. And I will be right back. Okay, when you start seeing it's getting a little liquidy, I don't know if you can see it like in the corner over here. Right there, it's starting to get a little wet. We're going to add in some more flour to the mixture. Up. Now, it doesn't say to sift the flour or anything, but you could do that if you want to. You do not have to. Sorry, I went and moved myself. You do not have to. That's totally up to you. And then we add in the 1/4, or the quarter cup. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. If it wants to go in, there we go. Just bang it on the side. It just doesn't want to go in. And now it's turning more dough-like. It's moving with the paddle versus the paddle just moving on its own. So this is working the way it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to turn into a dough. Although some recipes do not call for it to have yeast in it, it's completely up to you if you even want to use this this recipe. Completely up to you. Look at that. It looks nice, doesn't it? Can't believe I did something right. Okay, as you can see, the dough has started just to attach to the paddle itself. That's how it's supposed to be, so we can stop mixing it right now. We're going to lift this up. Okay, it's in there with the paddle. Look at that. That looks so good. Of course, it's going to fall when I touch it. Alright, so you're going to basically want to take it off of the paddle, and you're going to put it on a board, because then you have to knead it. Now, there are recipes that call for no kneading. If you look it up, if you want me to do a recipe with no kneading, just let me know, and I will do another recipe. We're going to take the flour. You don't need too much. Or maybe you just want to spread it around like this. It's up to you on how you do it. Okay, and you might want to flour your hand so it does not stick to you very well. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to take as much as you can off of the paddle itself. And then you're going to want to pick up the dough, which should not be sticking to the bowl at all. It should just come out like that. Alright, and what you're going to do is you're going to want to knead it just like this. At least that's what I was taught. How to knead. Might not be doing it the right way, but okay. Well, practice makes perfect, right? Just keep kneading, just keep kneading. So, if I'm correct, which there's a possibility I'm not, I'm actually incorrect most of the time, this actually just activates the yeast. I don't know why they told me to put flour on here. It's not really sticking to the board anymore. This thing's getting bigger as you keep kneading it. That must be the yeast. You can do it with one hand, you can do it with both hands. I'm like so used to doing everything with one hand because I worked with fondant, so I did everything with my right hand. So you're going to knead it until it's smooth, which it is, and then you're going to have to put it in a lightly greased large bowl, and then you're going to have to let it sit for at least an hour, because it should double in size in an hour. So I think this is pretty smooth dough. So let me get the bowl so you all can see. Okay, so now before you take the dough out of the bowl and everything, you will want to flour your board, which I forgot to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you're going to want to flour whatever it is that you are using, which I think you can see, right? You can see, right? Good. Alright, so we're going to take the flour. You don't need too much. Or maybe you just want to spread it around like this. It's up to you on how you do it. Okay, and you might want to flour your hand so it does not stick to you very well. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to take as much as you can off of the paddle itself. And then you're going to want to pick up the dough, which should not be sticking to the bowl at all. It should just come out like that. Alright, and what you're going to do is you're going to want to knead it just like this. At least that's what I was taught. How to knead. Might not be doing it the right way, but okay. Well, practice makes perfect, right? Just keep kneading, just keep kneading. So, if I'm correct, which there's a possibility I'm not, I'm actually incorrect most of the time, this actually just activates the yeast. I don't know why they told me to put flour on here. It's not really sticking to the board anymore. This thing's getting bigger as you keep kneading it. That must be the yeast. I do. Yeah, it's supposed to be like over here, closer to you guys, so that it's like, so that it's more like, oh, sorry guys, so it's more like this. So basically you have enough room to kind of swing it, oops, swing it back and forth, and you're able to turn it the way you're supposed to turn it. So that's how you're going to do it. So I'm going to hold this up and see if this is going to work. It looks like it's working. Yep, it's working. It's actually working. Not that well though. Okay, so well, this is what ended up happening. Just started to shred it because I think it was too. Yeah, it wasn't sticky or anything. Wow, that's weird. Comes right off. That's a good thing. So I was gonna try to flatten it, but I guess flattening it isn't gonna work. So we're gonna go. Let's see if we'll just turn this into normal, like, pasta. I'm gonna make some pasta to move this flour out of the way. So you guys can see. So I'm gonna try flattening this again. Oops. It won't stay together this time. Okay, so I feel like I'm just kneading it over and over again. So just using it, or you can use a roller. I just can't find one at the moment, so I'm gonna put it right in this one, and hopefully you'll be able to see what it looks like on the other end. See that? Making the pasta. Woo! This is gonna be some good donut pasta. Look at that. Look at that. So I'll do them of different. There's two different kinds I can actually make pasta like. There's this one, which is the wider one, which, if I'm correct, it's for fettuccine. So you can use that one, or there's another one. I have two bowls. I have a smaller one and then a bigger one, because I think I'm going to make them more like this than the other one, even though I haven't seen the other one. I'm just saying so far. I think I'll do it that way. So we're going to try the other way, which is, you can tell if you look right here, or maybe you can't see it, but over here there's more bigger squared spaces for you to make the wider pasta. Well, this one's more of a thinner square, or rectangle, or whatever you call it. However you want to say it. So again, you're going to flatten it out, but not too flat. I'm going to put it right in here, and let's see how it looks. If I actually put it in the right one. That would help. Let's do this. Look at that. Very, very, very thin. I do not know how that's gonna. Wow, that's so thin right there. So I don't know how that's gonna work in the fryer, but I will try some of it in there. So we'll put this here. And don't forget, we have plenty to work with. So just gonna work it apart. There we go. That worked exactly the way I wanted it to. Alright, so make sure it's all together. And flatten it out. Now the reason why the first one didn't work is because it's supposed to flatten it out almost like you're making a lasagna sheet, but it goes too thin for this type of a dough, so I wouldn't suggest using that. Because you don't want to go too thin on this dough. Put some flour on this side so it doesn't stick. And we're gonna, certain areas seem a little bit more chunky than others, just flatten it out. I'm obviously not doing it the right way, but it's okay. So let's do this. So just switch back. Try to find it, there we go. And then you just let it roll. Just hold on to the pasta and the machine. Okay. Just flattening it up over here. Sometimes I just squeeze this thing up, and then we're going to do it again. I know there's a clamp for this machine. I just realized what that thing was for now. mixing all that. And that will do. We're going to just continue to make olives. Alright, look at how long we get some good pasta. Look at that. Look at that. Obviously it's not perfect, but you know. At least I tried. At least I tried. But I will get back to you when I'm finished doing all of this. Okay, and here's the end result of this one. So each one of them is actually the same thickness as well, because that's the machine causes it to go into that same thickness. And then we have these right here, which are the smaller ones, much thinner. So when we put them in the fryer, it's like in and then out before it burns. So we're gonna go over to the pan. Okay, so we're over here at the pan, and this one's a little bit bigger than the one that I used before. What we're doing is we're putting in vegetable oil. It did call for shortening, but I don't have any shortening, so I went with vegetable oil because it does work as well for the frying process. So I don't want to use a lot because we don't really need that much. So like right up to there should be perfect. I'll probably put it in the light so you can see it much better. Alright, see, like right up to there on the pan would be enough, because we don't want to overdo it with the oil. Okay, and then we're going to heat it up. I would say on a medium heat, we're going to put it on and let it heat up slowly. Alright, so I did some ahead of time just to test it out. Some of them are a little bit darker than others, but you know, trial and error, because these are the really, really thin ones I started off with, not the thicker ones. So let me show you how. So put it in there. Then what you want to do is you want to quickly flip it. Hard to do with one hand. Okay, and you don't want to leave them in there for too long, otherwise they're going to burn. Then you're just going to place it in a bowl with, it's got a little paper on it. Honestly, I didn't think I'd make this much. I didn't think I'd need a bigger bowl than that, but apparently I do. You could use tongs, or you could use this if you want. It's up to you on what you want to do. I think, because I'm one-handed, I think I should just use the other one, which I don't know what it's called. Daddy, what's this called? You don't know what this is called? Poop scooper. It's not poop scooper. Okay, so let's do some more. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit brown on the edges, which, see how some of it's getting a little brown? I want to flip it. See, so much easier with one hand doing it this way instead of your way, Daddy! Okay, and then you're going to want to take this out. Sometimes I feel like I'm just doing it for too long. Alright, and then I will get back to you guys when that is finished and when I start on the other one, because I definitely want to see what that one's going to look like. Okay, so next up it's going to be the thicker pasta. So we're going to try just doing one for now because it's really, really big. Okay. This one might be a little bit different from the other one. Okay, let's pull this up. Wow. Flip. Oh, I did not flip it. I failed to flip. I failed. Flip. Yeah, okay. And now it needs to get out because it's too brown. It's going to get too brown. Come on, give me, come on. There we go. Our first one. Aww. Looks really weird. Looks really, really weird. Alright, so let's see how it works with a lot at one time. So I'm basically taking this much. It's really long. Alright, here we go. Just wait for it to brown just a little bit on the edges, then you're going to want to lift it up, and I failed to flip again. How do I keep failing the flip? Flip. Yeah, there we go. That is perfect. And then we take it out. And there we go. There's some more of the pasta. Donut pasta. We're making it. We're doing it. It's working. Thought this was going to fail at some point and it didn't. But I will meet, once I'm finished with this, all of this pasta, you will see me once it's completely finished. It's going to be delicious, probably. I don't know. Never tried this recipe, so it's going to be a first. Okay, this is how you make the icing for it. You're going to get 2 cups of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, whichever you say. And then you're going to have to put in a 1/4 cup of milk. This one does not need to be warmed up. It's just a 1/4 cup of, I guess, I got it. Mine's cold milk, but if you do room temperature, that's fine too. And then if you look in the comments below, they say to use 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to use that. If I can get this in, that'd be nice. Oh look, everything's falling. Just get that in. Slowly, slowly, we don't want to spill anything. Okay. So I put in 1 tablespoon, using my left hand, of vanilla extract, or any flavor you really want, but normally for the icing it is a vanilla extract. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just whisk it. Again, left-handed, I am not. Yeah, try to whisk. This isn't working with one hand. Alright, let me see if I could do it at least with my right hand. With my dominant hand. Let's do this. Yeah. And this is the icing for the donuts. If it becomes too thick, you obviously just add more liquid, and if it's too liquidy, you add in more confectioner sugar. That's how it's supposed to be. And that's how I make it. Thought you should know what the finished product actually looks like. So it's supposed to look like that with no lumps. Looks nice and icy-y. Icing? Is that a word? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
And here it is, the finished product. At least one of them is finished. So basically this is supposed to be like spaghetti and meatballs. I took some of the dough. I didn't show you guys this because I wanted to keep it like a surprise. There's actually a couple of surprises on this dish. So I made a big one, a medium, and a small one. And obviously you remember me making these little things. And they stick me around. I'll tell you, salt makes me.
Now we're recording.
Just a bit, whatever, you know. I'm going to finish my food.
You need a fork? So let's try this out. I don't even know if I should be using a fork. Let's not use a fork because I feel like it's going to be brittle if I try to. So let's get one with some sauce in it. Alright, I don't really want to see it. It's nice, and I better eat it before all it falls on the ground. Okay, let's...
Help me around. I'll tell you, the salt makes me.
Now we're recording.
Just a bit, whatever, you know. I'm going to finish my food.
You need a fork? So we're going to bring them up just a smidge. I don't know if it's a smidge, that's definitely not a smidge. this here. A lot of editing. And here it is, the finished product. At least one of them is finished. So basically this is supposed to be like spaghetti and meatballs. I took some of the dough. I didn't show you guys this because I wanted to keep it like a surprise. There's actually a couple of surprises on this dish. So I made a big one, a medium, and a small one. And obviously you remember me making these little things. And they say presentation is everything. Unfortunately, I'm not good at presentation at the moment. I'm working at it. So what does spaghetti and meatballs need? A sauce. So I have jelly. Like in a jelly donut. I did not fill up. So let's try this out. I don't even know if I should be using a fork. Let's not use a fork because I feel like it's going to be brittle if I try to. So let's get one with some sauce in it. Alright, I don't want to see it. It's nice, and I better eat it before all it falls on the ground. Okay, of course I eat it on my shirt once I take the apron off. Ah! Put that there. Okay. So it's not bad. I mean, I'm using the jelly like what you would use in the PB&J sandwich, which is the grape one. Which I don't think that's the one that they use for jelly donuts. I think it's strawberry jam that they use. I don't know what they use in it, but I think that's alright. So let's try the big one. Alright. So it's delicious. Not at all so raw. Oh, no it's not. That was a bad idea. Okay, that was definitely undercooked. Look at that. I undercooked this. I didn't want it to burn. So if you're ever going to do this, make smaller meatballs. Let's try the smaller one because it is the smallest one. It should be the one that's actually cooked perfectly. It must be perfectly. It's not bad. I mean, I'm using the jelly like what you would use in the PB&J sandwich, which is the grape one. Which I don't think that's the one that they use for jelly donuts. I think it's strawberry jam that they use. I don't know what they use in it, but I think that's alright. So let's try the big one. Alright. So it's delicious. Not at all so raw. Oh, no it's not. That was a bad idea. Okay, that was definitely undercooked. Look at that. I undercooked this. I didn't want it to burn. So if you're ever going to do this, make smaller meatballs. Let's try the smaller one because it is the smallest one. It should be the one that's actually cooked perfectly. It must be something nice. Sounds on it. Nope. Still undercooked. But I know for a fact these aren't undercooked. So this is going to be good. The dough's not bad. It's really good. But I wouldn't use this jelly. Not at all. Not a good idea. That was horrible. Not unless you're going to put some peanut butter with it. And just dunk it. That might be a good idea. You just have like peanut butter and jelly and make it. Sounds delicious. So, on to the next dish. is the Alfredo pasta, which these kind of puffed up more, as you can see. So they're more puffed up than a pasta would be. I mean, come on, don't. And so this is going to become fettuccine Alfredo. Let's get that Alfredo sauce, which is technically glaze, that you put on regular donuts. Put it all over. Okay, alright, don't overdo it, don't overdo it. Too late, already overdid it. Yep. Let's put you right there. I'm actually supposed to let it sit there for a little bit when doing this, because obviously that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let it sit. Right? I mean, yeah, you should know this by now. But I'm not going to let it sit, so I'm just going to, I don't know, at least to try. Okay, so it's not bad, it's really good, but I think the problem is I listened to the commenter down below who said to put in the tablespoon. It's supposed to be 1 teaspoon, and you can definitely tell, you can taste the vanilla extract. You can definitely like taste it there. It's still not bad though. It's just if I ever make this again, I will have to remember just 1 teaspoon. And it's all about preference. You know, I went with something somebody else said when they made this recipe. Well, when they made a donut, not pasta. And you know, it'll either pay off or it won't. Not everybody's taste buds are the same. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.